Hey, what's true, everybody? It's Zinja back at you. This is a specific shout out to all you secret soldiers who have not yet heard the bell ringing and heard the good news of how things are going here in the secret war. This video is not going to make a lot of sense to people who didn't grow up in secret societies or people who are outsiders who aren't really familiar with the material we're covering here. So this is definitely a specific pointed video to those of you who were in the programs and weren't sure what to do with that information. Our hearts were all torn up inside, uh, and finding our way back into normal society and finding out what to do with this information that we carry uh, has been a struggle for a lot of us. So again, this is for you guys, for people who grew up in secret space programs like myself, or people who, they were in any kind of secret societies, the dragon groups, the real societies, the theosophists, and anyone especially who was in military programs, people who were secret soldiers, people who saw the things we saw and know that there's something much, much bigger going on, and we have to share that with the people who don't know. There are 8 billion people out there who don't know what we know and they need to, okay? And that time is now. So this is for you guys and gals, women and men, secret soldiers, and people who weren't sure if it was safe yet to come out and disclose and blow that whistle and join the chorus of this new song humanity is singing. So here's what it is. I'm going to try to keep this short and concise, but I want you to know that there's people here who can get your back. There's strength in numbers, and we outnumber them for sure. So first thing I want to say is a lot of us in secret societies, right, we're brought up to believe that we're special, that we're chosen for some reason or another. And give me a break with that, man. We're just people, right? Regardless of what we saw, what they did to us, or the special titles they gave us. Those things don't matter because real knights don't want titles. Real knights want to protect humanity. Real knights want to give everything they have to protect their families and look out for their communities and the planet they live on. That's what we do. So when they give you these titles, like, most worshipful, sublime, illuminated, it go, prince of the royal secret. Like, I mean, how long do these? We don't want titles, man. Real knights don't want titles. Real knights slay dragons. Real knights don't work for them, right? Real knights protect humanity. We don't harvest them. Period. You understand what I'm saying? So all these fake ass knights with these crazy titles, no. Mm-mm. They just want statues and they want money and they want you to join that. Don't. Don't. Don't be afraid of these clowns. Remember, real knights slay dragons and protect humanity. Okay? We don't work for them and we don't harvest humanity. So that needs to be very, very clear. Uh, period. Okay, so now there's a real easy way to tell the difference between good guys and bad guys, because y'all know what I know, that these secret societies are doing things that just are so far beyond things like Republicans and Democrats and religions and all these things that divide us. That the real problem is up here at the top, and we all know that down here these 8 billion people don't have the ability to deal with this up here, right? That down here on the bottom, these 8 billion people want democracy and freedom and real sovereignty, but there's no way for them to get, their votes aren't getting rid of the problem. They can't, there's no amount of money that a grassroots, one of the 8 billion, there's no way they can buy these guys away. There's no amount of fundraising that'll do that, right? These bad guys up here, we know about these dragon families and whatnot. They print money, okay? They make it. What are you going to do? Just throw their scraps back at them? Like, just the people who don't know the stuff, right? Knowledge is power. People who don't know the stuff aren't going to have the ability to make the changes required, right? So it's our job, those of us who know, knowledge is power, okay? So is faith, by the way, fearlessness, right? Uh, and so is a united group. So what we're doing is we're trying to reach out to those and let them know that we have to separate the good guys from the bad guys and get the bad guys out. And it's very easy to tell who the good guys and bad guys are. Good guys tell the truth, right? And bad guys want to shoot you for telling the truth. It's pretty simple, right? So we want to tell the truth, and they want to shoot us for that, dude. Okay. Now I know some of you signed non-disclosure agreements, and that's what it is. Uh, people who are in NASA and the military and things like this. But those of you who grew up in secret societies like myself and aren't beholden to that have more protection than ever. You have, believe me, there's an army of us like you have no clue. So, and we're just ready to shout from the rooftops, and we just don't want good soldiers taking bad orders, right? We have to stand up and do the right thing. Never be afraid. Never be afraid. I'll say this in terms of the secret war. A lot of you probably know that things really popped off hard, like when JFK got shot, and there's been a huge movement to get rid of the bad guys. And they didn't go away. They just got stronger. And ultimately, from my perspective, from someone who's viewed this for over 40 years, this is what it looks like to me, right? I want to cut this. I want to try to make this like 10 or 12 minutes tops, This is what it looks like to me. This pyramid, right? Where all the bad guys, all the secret societies were all, they all thought they were at the top and they weren't. And it goes all to Pindar. Oh, the Pindar, dude, that's nothing. It just keeps going up and up and up. And they were all taking orders from the very, very top. There was one individual there. That person is gone now. They were eliminated in 2016. And so when the top of the pyramid just got kicked off, dude, all of the factions that were underneath that just went into full, just self-consumption mode. I mean, these people are parasites, right? They have no new tricks. So they started cannibalizing themselves, going into panic mode. And just to throw some numbers at it, it looked to me like there was, give or take, like if we're on eliminate the 1% and we want to move into real freedom, real sovereignty, real transparency in government, accountability in government, and give people their tools back to have a real democracy. It looked like in the 1%, like you had to get rid of about 1 million people, right? There's about 1 million guys. If you got rid of these 1 million folks, right, you got like the 301 families here, and you got like, the Trilateral Commission's doing mayhem, and you got all these guys up here. But like, if you can put behind bars or eliminate or just kind of run out of Dodge about 1 million people, then people would, very specific people, then we would be able to move forward and people would get their democracy back. This thing we knights have been fighting for thousands of years would finally work. We would get over that hump. So out of those 1 million people, it looks to me like we've gotten rid of about 900,000 of them. And we're down to about the last 10%. So there's about 100,000 more bad actors, characters, deep staters, people who we can get rid of. What I'm saying is, people, we are winning so hard. You have no idea. It's never been safer to be a secret soldier and loud about it. It's never been safer to stand up. If you haven't yet, it's time. And we got your back. Stand up, do the right thing. It's it's important. It is. This is what you were called to do. This is what you're meant to do. You can't sleep at night. Okay, none of us sleep. Okay, none of us sleep. Those good cannot sleep. It's just how it works. And so, if you want to sleep better, fearlessly, just tell your story and know that there are people here who understand. And again, this isn't for everybody else. It's for those of you who know the stuff and have been afraid to say anything. That fear no evil. we're kicking their asses. You have no clue. No clue. And you don't need to be like, I don't got some spaceship and I'm not flying. It's not like that. You don't have to be, I mean, if you do have a spaceship, right? Take good orders. Don't take bad orders, Just tell the truth. Don't shoot people for telling the truth, right? Just stand up and do the right thing. Yeah. It come out. It felt good to come out and just be vulnerable. Like, that's a strength, be defenseless. Sometimes it's okay, and that's actually a strength. So, yeah, we're here. We're in force. You know what I mean? Make your life, here, look at this, mean something, right? Make your life mean something. Don't hide anymore. We got you, all right? So, love you all. Stay strong. Um, may the source be with you. And yeah, see you soon. Keep tuning in.